Well, this is a welcome change, I do have to say. Hey, what's going on, everybody? I figured I would jump on here and do a little live stream. I hope this thing is working. I guess we're about to find out if it is. It says excellent condition, so that's good. And I've titled this live stream accordingly. Say it to my face. Oh, boy. Anyways, I'm a little on the tired side, so forgive me. I'm going to try to make this thing all sorts of bells and whistles. And yeah, man, I got a chance to break away a little early today. We got out at about 4 o'clock. And I said, you know what? If I can get the video squared away for today, and if I'm not too tired, I want to do a live stream. I've missed you guys, and I just want to kick it with you. Forgive me for looking a little red in the face. It's not embarrassment. It's not shyness or bashfulness. It's an allergic reaction to latex paint, I do have to say. So anyways, shout out to you guys for taking the time. Trucking with MC, what's going on? Freda, what's going on? See you, long time. Helen, what's going on? Good morning. Shout out to Australia, I imagine. Ryan's Ballaterium. What's going on with you? Thank you for being up in here. Trey, what's going on? I see you right there. Raymond says, Boydo, who's going to get beat down from the seat down? Raymond, Ramon, if I do say so. What a throwback right there. Beat down from the seat down. Gosh almighty, you bring it back. Life Follow says, no spoilers. I just got off of work. I didn't know what else to really title this thing. I've been seeing some comments that have not been too favorable for yours truly. And I just decided I was almost going to do a live stream reacting and responding to some of these comments. But you know what? Just say it to my face. So I'll give you a good example. I read a comment earlier. It said, Joe, you should just go ahead and write your book, The Tell-All from After Prison Show. I mean, everybody hates you, so you might as well. I'm like, God bless it, though. For real, though? Nick says Big SIDS. Doesn't SIDS stand for Sudden Infant Death Syndrome? That's a sad situation right there. Yes, and that's another situation right there. I would be made aware of this crackhead, meth head, some guy named Big Sid, making some, clout chasing video off of my name in an effort to try to get more money to smoke meth. Literally using my name. And see, that burns me a little bit. Probably like that fucking light bulb that you're using to smoke that shit. You're using my name in an effort to try to get people to send that to you so that you can smoke that. And I just can't get jiggy with that. And, whatever, man. But good shit. Lloyd, what's going on? Which shout out to Martinsburg, West Virginia. Dustin, what's going on? Hey, Joe, love the videos. Definitely a stress relief. Your videos make me laugh, and your funny comments, especially when you talk to yourself and ramble on. Love all Joe Does Stuff vids. Shout out to Joe Does Stuff, and shout out to you, Dustin, man. It has been a grind. I'm reading comments that say, all I'm doing is complaining about the people that I have. Somebody had said something like, Joe thinks he's so high and mighty, Mr. Convict. I'm like, where are you getting this? I'm out here busting my ass. And yes, I am going to talk shit when shit, deserves to be talked. If people are going to be unreliable, if people are going to smoke meth out of a light bulb and try to get cash apps, I'm just going to call it for what it is. And I think it's a little too real is the problem. And I like that. I like the realness of it. If you think that everything thus far has been crazy, well, just wait for tomorrow. Hopefully I can get that video edited in time, and I'll be looking forward to sharing that with you. Justin says, hard to find good workers these days, man. I got a new guy starting tomorrow, and I got high hopes for him. God, I hope that's not a mosquito. I've seen on the news recently that these mosquitoes are carrying this West Nile, and I heard that shit gives you the same symptoms as the monkeypox. The butt sex corona or whatever the hell it is. Brandon, is it Braden says, bring Lauren back. She was your ace. She was, but then she wasn't. And it's obvious that she didn't want to be doing this. So there's that. Christopher, oh my God, $200 and your message is retracted. That is an unbelievable donation right there. Holy shit. Thank you. Jesus Christ. Steph, what's going on? Quit paying every day. I just got my business checks. I'm really trying to structure this business. And let me tell you something. Here's the hard thing about that. Whether I try to go the 1099 route or I try to go the employee route, because like with, for example, Milton and Marvin, I'd have no problem making them employees. Those are my aces. The problem is a lot of people ain't looking for that. And a lot of people are looking for work off of Craigslist because of certain situations. I'll give you a perfect example because I like to talk that shit. Skater dude Brandon. I said, hey, look, you either got to be a 1099 or an employee. Like, we got to figure out which one it's going to be. And he said, hey, man, I'm not trying to do that. He said, because you see, I'm getting this disability right now. And I said, damn, doggy, they giving you that stimmy like that? You trying to beat the fucking system, ain't you? And see, that's what a lot of these folks are probably doing. They're probably gaming the system. And who am I to judge? But I got to be honest. I got to figure out one way or another employees and all that. Like Follow says, $200 is 6 sprayer tips. You ain't lying. You ain't lying. Chubba Wubba says, comp insurance is money. Somebody had mentioned the workers' comp thing, and yeah, all that insurance is money for sure. Lone Wolf says, nobody wants to pay their own taxes. You ain't. That's probably a big part of it as well. Jack says, what's up? Rob does work. We shit-canned Rob a while back. I don't know if I addressed that. Rob didn't make the cut. He got scratched. Last minute scratch. I mentioned, from the very first day that I met him that he was annoying as fuck. And that just carried on into the fact of he had a lot of shit with him. And no disrespect, I think the guy's a swell fella and all, but it just wasn't going to work out. I thought about keeping him around. Maybe we tell some war stories and, we pump some life. We fucking put the CPR, the chest compressions to After Prison show because obviously the podcast fell apart. It's like trying to bring the old gang back together, man. Sometimes, if you love it and you let it go and it comes back, it's meant to be. But if it doesn't, well, damn it. I guess that's what it is. John Steger says 1099 workman's comp exempt. Yeah, so with my workman's comp, there is something about 1099. I don't know exactly what it is, but I'm my own employee, so I'm at least covered under my workers' comp. Rob wanted to be internet famous, and I had no issue or no qualms about that situation. The fact of the matter was he just wasn't really a painter. And hey, look, not everybody is. Okay, this is a very skilled trade. If you were a painter, a trade. Let me stop because I'm going to get carried away with it. He just wasn't a painter, and he wanted to do drywall work. He was like, hey, look, drywall is my drywall finishing level 5. And I'm like, come on, dog. For real, though? Okay. But, more power to him. More power to him. Daniel says, knock off airless spray tips on Amazon for like $5. Yeah, I read that comment earlier as well. And Daniel, I appreciate that. Where the hell is I need to be watching this thing on my phone too, because I need to be making sure that I'm keeping up with things. Bear with me. Sorry about that. Yeah, I did see somebody had mentioned about the knockoff airless tips. I don't know how good those would actually be. All right, there we go. I got it right here as well. Stefan, what's going on? Hire younger people that don't have a bunch of baggage. Train them like you want. Stefan, I see your comment with all those fireworks blasting off around it, probably like Big Sid with that meth pipe right now, just bells ringing. did you send that? He's got his Cash App listed. But you got to keep in mind what you're saying. Hire younger people. Are you kidding me? Have you seen those videos where they're like, people born in the 80s, they bump into a plant and they just keep it moving. People born in the 90s, they bump into a plant and they're like, oh, I stubbed my toe. People born in 2000, they bump into a plant and, you know, hire younger. Come on. Great theory. It's a good idea in theory, but on paper, it's a good idea on paper, but in real life, I don't necessarily know that it works. If I could find a young folk who want to work, man, that's like finding a unicorn, I would imagine. Rob, dose work. See you soon. I see a bunch of muscles and a house and a clan. Let me see if I can read these emojis. You're speaking in troll right there, so let me see if I can decipher what you're saying. You're going to come and you're going to try to, do something? Is that a clown or is that a cat face? On here it doesn't jive right. Christopher says, when will you give up on painting like everything else? Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Say it to my face, Christopher. I don't know. I hope that I don't. Some have said that I might not make it 6 months with this. Gosh almighty. That's a pretty generous timeline right there. 6 months? I usually don't stick with nothing for 6 weeks, but I do enjoy painting. If you remember, I started my career as a movie star here on the internet, with After Prison Show and doing the live streams, doing the Bob Ross videos, the live streams, doing the paint nights. So, I genuinely do enjoy painting. And I genuinely do enjoy the roller coaster with the people. Trying to find people where it works out and where it doesn't. See, I don't know where we got off on such a wrong foot at. Back on After Prison Show was this whole kumbaya, let's try to save them. Well, now I'm just, I guess I'm a lot more callous about it, right? And it's like, hey, look, here's a perfectly great opportunity for you to work. If you're not willing to work and you want to be, X, Y, and Z, whatever the case may be, well, then get the fuck out of here. There's no real rhyme. There's no need to stick around, right? And I guess the callous has got some of y'all bumping into that plant feeling like you're ow! You know what I mean? Does that jive right with you, Christopher? I'm sorry. The Enforcer says, hire a team of Mexicans. They can paint better than anyone. Touche. If I could just find anybody, I wouldn't care who they are. If they were worth a fuck, that would be great. Ken says, why you mute everyone if you aren't afraid of criticism? I haven't muted anyone. Ken Danter? Haven't muted anyone. Brian Rainey, shout out to you. What's going on with you, man? You can't save them. You can help, but you have to want to save yourself. Yeah, absolutely, man. You're absolutely right. Shout out to the 374 up in here. I knew that this joint was gonna get a little rough around the edges, but that's what I like. That's why you're here. Let's be honest. If we were out there flipping houses and it was just Damon and I, hey, here's what we're doing today, that doesn't jive right. But when we're out here and it's almost like Survivor, it's almost like Undercover Boss meets Shark Tank. I don't know why I threw Shark. Meets The Bachelorette, sort of. That's why you're here. The new guy who starts tomorrow, will he make the cut? God, I hope he does. I don't ever want to see anybody go away. I can't honestly be firing anybody. I haven't fired anybody since, Matt 10-2, if you'll remember flip number 3. I don't want to do tile anymore. Oh, God. Circuit Rider, what's going on? Shout out to you. I don't know. I just joined. Welcome here. Eric says, hi, Peaches. Okay, I got that. Dino says you're a good guy. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Joe, shout out to you. Thanks for having my back right there. Michael says, you obviously do a lot that you set your mind to, and Versatility is a huge asset. Keep it up, man. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for the encouragement. I want to say this. Look, I get it. If people have criticism about the way that I'm doing things, I will welcome that. But if people are just blatantly bashing me, thinking that, oh, Joe, you don't know what the fuck you're doing, you're right to a certain degree. I mean, you're pretty much actually right. But at least I'm out here trying. I got to get an A for effort. People's skills, maybe I get an F on that. But damn it, I'm trying to give everybody a fair shake. Fair shake? That sounded very monkeypox-ish. Oh, that was a bar right there. A fucking Zanny one that Big Sid's probably eating. Where is that guy? He's probably... Anyways, I'm out here trying, and I'm really enjoying this grind. I'm really enjoying trying to find a good, solid team. The ups and downs and the roller coasters with Damon. Should I have blasted Damon the way that I did? Probably not. But to be honest, I didn't think Damon was ever coming back. When Damon did come back, a lot of y'all were like, oh, I knew it. This is a toxic, abusive relationship. Well, it might be. You might be right about that. But damn it, he's my best guy. And whatever he's doing, hey, man, that's his life. This isn't after prison show. Wait. Did I tell you I served 7 years in prison? I can't save nobody. If you want to work, work. Be sober when you show up to work. I don't care if you go get that fucking light bulb with Big Sid afterwards. But damn it, while we're working, keep your eyes on the ball, not the 8 ball. Oh, there goes Ken right there. Self-serving ice cream cone clown. See, Ken, I'm not muting you. I respect it. It is what it is, man. Some people are going to hate, and I appreciate the hate. You know why? Because it lets me know that I am great. I'm kidding. Rob Dose Work says, you must not care about your name. Very sad. I do care about my name. Why would I not care about my name? I missed that. DGD, what's going on? Member for 2 months. Shout out to you. Haters on the couch all day while Joe's grinding. You better bet it. Haters on Grinder while Joe's grinding. Catching that monkeypox. Ken, get that out your ass. Get that ice cream cone out your ass. Mr. Bing says I'll work for free. See, that's the kind of workers I'm looking. No, I don't expect or accept anything for free. Everything's got a cost, especially your time, your value, your worth. I truly mean that. Jonathan, hotty toddy. Good God Almighty, I like that, man. Shout out to you, Jonathan. Damn right, hotty toddy. I've only been there once, and was a great time. Michael says you're doing good work. What I can see, it could be a lot. Yeah, it is a hell of a lot of work. I never thought that painting was going to be so much work. I never thought that painting could be so dangerous. Do you know if you shoot yourself with that paint sprayer machine that you could put your eye out literally? No bullshit. That thing is like 3,000 PSI. And if you hit yourself with that, it'll literally lacerate your finger. It'll inject paint into your body. That's how much pressure is coming out of that machine. It is dangerous. I heard a story just tonight, as a matter of fact. I don't know how this happened. Somebody was trying to take a spray tip out of the gun. It was stuck. Sometimes those things are a real bitch to get out. So they were trying to use their mouth to get the spray tip out. Can you see where this is going? They were using their mouth to try to get the spray tip out. And some kind of a way that spray tip came out and they shot themselves in the freaking mouth with the paint sprayer and sliced their tongue. They had to go to the emergency room. Gosh almighty. That's crazy. Steve, what's going on? What's your shout out to you? Joe, do the Patriots win more than 8 games this year? About to make a bet? Yes, absolutely. Mac Jones, ranked number 85, top 100 players of 2022, single-handedly because in his rookie year he got the Patriots to the playoffs. The playoffs. Yeah, I think they win more than 8 games. I think Mac Jones is gonna ball out this year, and yeah, I don't think they go much farther, but I think 8's not bad. JK, Joe prides himself on that labor. Wait till that kiddo, sorry amigo, that's racist. But a Spanish folk would probably pop you in your shit for saying amigo. Amigo, hey, no friend, bing! No friendly. But you're effed. Say goodbye to cash and say goodbye to rest. Look, for my son, there's nothing that's off the table. For my family, there's nothing that's off the table. And, you know, I'm working so hard with this and hoping that this is what it is for my family, for my son. I don't really give a fuck what none of y'all think, to be honest. All the haters and shit. Really, all you're doing, you see these views, they're slowly but surely going up on Joe Does Stuff. You think I don't know what I'm doing here. You know, it's almost like firing people for sport to a certain degree, even though I'm really not. And I know that it's going to get y'all hot and bothered. Oh, God, Joey's so horrible. It really doesn't matter, to be honest. The only thing that matters to me is what my son thinks of this. And that I think about quite a bit. You know, I hope that when my son's old enough to understand, and if YouTube's even still a thing, if the internet's still a thing, and God, I hope that it's not. I hope that it's not, but it will be. If my son ever gets a chance to see these videos, I hope that he'll understand, or maybe I'm just delusional, but I would hope that he would see that I stand on pride first. I stand on principle. I stand on moral, and I stand on respect. And yes, I do some things that are probably disrespectful. Quite a bit of things that are disrespectful. Probably putting people on blast in videos is probably disrespectful. But let's be honest. You don't know Lauren. You don't know Skater Dude. You don't know any of these people. And in fact, I learned from Dateline to, what's the thing that they do? These are just some names and things have been changed. Like, these aren't even these people's real names. Or maybe they are. I mean, Damon's is Damon. But, you know, so if I'm putting anybody on blast, the one that I got to regret the most is Damon because, you know, Damon's real. He's been in video. But none of these people, there's no face, no case, if that makes any sense. And again, getting back to my son, I just hope that when my son sees this, if he ever sees these things, he realizes that, you know, my dad, he was a no bullshit kind of guy. If you were smoking meth out of a fucking tire iron like fucking Big Sid and putting your Cash App out there and trying to get clout off of my dad's name, like, you know, fuck these guys. Straight the fuck up. And anybody who got an issue with it, fuck you too. I mean, that's how I feel. I got a legitimate business and I know how to create content. And let me tell you something. I ain't got to save the world. I don't even need you to like me. Let me tell you what I learned from Danny a long time ago. I learned one thing from Danny. It stuck with me forever. See, when shit was going south with Danny on video and, you know, the GoFundMes and, you know, there was a lot of, you know, I think it started right after Danny wanted to take a break from video. And we made that video. Danny wants to take a break and everybody was like, oh shit, Danny can't take a break. We paid for Danny. Danny owes us. So me and Danny would have some conversations, and one thing that he said to me was, he said, you know what? It doesn't matter whether they like me or whether they hate me. They're still going to watch me. And I said, God damn, Danny, if that ain't a bar. He said, whether it's good or it's bad, they still going to watch me. I said, man. And then I learned from the Island Boys, too. Oh, God. Oh, God. Matt says Lauren finger painting now. She might be. Fast Eddie says hired Danny. God, if I could. Could you imagine that? Rabbit's back. Find him. Jellicoe. Any of these guys. Tell you what, we got the old gang back together for real. We got Rabbit. We got Jellicoe. Hey, we got Remy. We got Danny. We got the fucking A-team for reals. Tor Dead says Joe is dad goals. I just want to make my son proud of me and not be embarrassed by me. And that means so much to me. I know I can clown. I know I can be a clown. I know I could be a self-serving ice cream cone like my father had said. But, you know, fuck it. Because at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is family. And family, like, you know, and sometimes, family. Family mean. Shannon, absolutely, Fat Boy Talks. Got to get Shanny up in there. Chopper, you already know. Got Remy, Jew-Man, Joker. Oh, my God. Could you imagine this? I need some stunt doubles ASAP. I'm an electrician, an HVAC technician. You already know Mike Lane. You know this. Uh-oh, there goes Rob. Scam. You know, we should really bring on some of these folks, and we should really carry it like Big Brother. Is it Big Brother or maybe The Real World, where you go in front of the little confessional, like a reality show, like a Kardashian type of deal, right? We should bring on some people and see how things go with me. We really need some undercover cameras because Joe do be snapping sometimes. Now, I've tried to get better about that, but I haven't. Let's just be honest. There has been a couple of days when I've snapped. Nothing recent, though. Since we've been weeding through, folks, nothing recent. I've had no reason to snap. And even if I come back and I see things that need to be addressed, hey, look, that's just the way it's going to be. I mean, there's always going to be shit that needs to be touched up. So what we'll do is we'll get a unit done. We'll come back. We'll check it the next day, see if anything bled through, like any kind of stuff that we had to kills. And it's okay. It's okay if there's happy accidents, like Bob Ross would say. But in the past, when you were, you know, it wasn't. Oh, my God, Derek. Brian number 1, Brian number 2. You remember Brian the shit in the bag in the yard at flip number 1? Brian number 9. Whew. Hey, Steve, what's going on, man? Shout out to you. John, what's going on with you? Your business is dead without me. Holy shit, John. Big Dog says, if Yanni's truck is at your crib, just know he's in her ribs. Woo, that's a bar right there. I like that. Sweetness says, proud of you, Joe, coming out of prison, and look, now you a business owner making mad moves, and more importantly, future daddy. Absolutely. I appreciate that, Sweetness. Thank you very much. Thank you for the kind words, because I don't see very many of those these days. Big moves. Tomorrow I'll be going to meet with a new property. I got a meeting with a new property. Our name is, circulating pretty well. And we are doing good work. Even with the fact that we had to go do the callbacks. Did I share that in today's video? I think I did. So we had the callback at our first property. We went and dealt with that. And all it was just some touching up the ceilings. And, went up and beyond with that. Saw some things that, weren't addressed, weren't mentioned, touched those things up as well. My name does mean a lot to me. Like somebody said that it doesn't. It does mean a lot to me. And want to make sure that we're doing good shit. Newborn, what's going on? What's your shout out to you for being up in here? Sunday Chamberlain says your son will be proud of you. I surely hope so. Rob does work. Is Rob somebody? Rob, I just thought you was some nothing ass motherfucker. Are you somebody? Rob does work? Matt says, how you advertising? Word of mouth. Word of mouth is really, and going out there, putting my face, hey, you need a painter? You remember in the beginning, we were doing painting, cleaning, and drywall. Well, all that shit's out the window. Matter of fact, the property asked me, they said, hey, you do cleaning work too, don't you? No, we ain't doing that. We're only doing painting. If you want to start a business, I consider myself the Mark Cuban of this, and I know I'm being a little modest saying that. Elon Musk probably is a better one to go with. But just go out there. Go out there, put yourself out there, be willing to do what needs to be done. And, you'll go out there and you'll bust your ass, and then you'll realize that, you can set some boundaries for how hard you're willing to work. Rob Dose Work says, you repining what you sow? You must be special needs. You special needs? Come see me if you feel some kind of way about it. I don't think you really could, though. You one of them internet AK-47s, ain't you? Little keyboard gangster, huh? Josh, what's going on with you? Shout out to you. Tom Jones, what's going on with you? White boy, we love you, Joe. Thank you. Means a lot. Repining. That's got to do with like resurfacing floors, right? Or maybe that's a step in that bathtub crystal meth recipe. You gotta repin it a little bit. Susan, shout out to you. Mailing a gift for the baby tomorrow. Mailing a gift for the baby. Shout out to you. Thank you so much. You've done so much over the course of, gosh, a long time. And truly means a lot to have you rocking with me. Sam Pagan, what's going on with you? Long time. Welcome. Thanks for being here. Mark, I missed yours. I love the new channel, Joe. You're on the right track, brother. Keep it up. Mark, it means a lot. Tomorrow in video, something absolutely crazy happens. And, well, wait till you see it. Wait till you see how today ended, as a matter of fact. Pretty crazy. Rich boy, little keyboard gangster. Loggerhead, what's going on with you? Shout out to you. Derek, what's going on with you? What's the name of your business, Joe? After prison painting? Got a ring to it. Yes, that's exactly what it is. It's called Rob Dose Work Painting is what we're doing over here. Josh's corner, yeah, I think that's what he meant as well. He might be a little spun right now, a little twacked out. So there's that. Anyways, Jason does duck. Shout out to you. I enjoy watching your videos after I get off of work. It means a lot to have you with me. Yeah, man, it means a lot to have all of y'all with me. So, Rob Dose Work says, you seen me? I have not seen you. I'll go look you up. Let's look up Rob Dose Work. I think I've been told about you talking shit about me before. Rob does work. I'll spell your name correctly since you don't know how to spell your name. Oh, yeah, you must be super irrelevant because you pop up nowhere. I have not seen you. If I could imagine what you look like, you probably look like a mix between Rabbit, Big Sid. Am I close? Missing a couple of teeth? Got your blockers all fucked up from, all that shit? Anyways. Ricky, shout out to you. Josh's corner got kicked out of my mom's painting services. Damn, that's crazy. Scarface Taco, what's going on with you, Joe? Me and the wife are loving the videos. Keep it up. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. Ultimately, I don't want these videos to always be issues with people. But guess what? When there's people involved and I'm involved, there's going to be issues. Damn right there's going to be issues. But it's my hope to make that not an all-the-time occurrence. And let me give you an example of some shit that's actually going well. Marvin and my guy Milton, my dream team. That is literally the best crew that I've got right this second. And those guys are shit hot. They're knocking out 2 units a day. They work well together. They've got, they got a way that they do things. And I'm keeping those 2 guys together. Yesterday, they did 2 units. They didn't get out till 8 o'clock at night. That was the latest they had worked, of course. Not every time that they're doing 2 units. Most of the time, they get 2 units done by 6:30. But yesterday, they didn't get out till 8 o'clock. So this morning, they come in. I got 1 unit. And I had them guys, I didn't even have them finish the unit. Me and Damon were working on the unit after we got done with landscape today. And I had those guys out of here by 1 o'clock. And I told them, or 2 o'clock, I told them, I said, listen, if ever you guys work late, I want you to know that the next day, you can either take that day off or, come in late. So I am trying to do right by the guys that do right by me. I got major respect for those dudes. Those dudes show me major respect. They are such top-notch guys. And guess what? I found one of them off of Craigslist. So I know that it comes across disrespectful the way that maybe you think that I treat people. I truly try to treat everybody fair. But when you show a lack of respect from me, I mean, who are you to respect me anyways? I'm not your employer, right? I'm not your employer. And you're not my employee, so who the fuck am I to have to show you any respect? If you're showing me a lack of respect, somebody had made a comment. They said, well, you know what? They do owe Joe some sort of respect as the person who is paying them. Damn right they do. And if you can't show me that, off of that, off of GP, just off of the fact that I'm paying you, then you can get the fuck up out of here. And that's how it's been quite a bit. Tom, what's going on? Which shout out to you. The Rationalist Party stopped spamming. You know how they do. Can't get no views. And the life is not good. They see me making these moves. Can't be like me. Can't get off that fucking glass dick. It's sad. It's sad. Jay Toledo, what's going on break? But what's good, Joe? Shout out to you. Thanks for swinging through. We just talking shit, chopping it up, a little Bobo-esque. D. Burrell, I can't pronounce the name, 716 says, how do you find these apartment complex jobs? You start a business. You get that business licensed and insured. You make sure you got your ducks in a row, and then you go to these apartment complexes. Because let me tell you something. They are a many. And these apartment complexes you'll find, you can go to 10 apartment complexes in a city, and of course there'll probably be 100 apartment complexes in a city. And of the 10 that you go to, a couple of them are going to be owned by one company. A couple of them are going to be owned by another company. You're going to realize that there's different companies that own these complexes. And all you really need to do is get in with a company. And it starts with going out there and showing your face. Because they can never find and keep enough vendors is what they're referred to as, whether it's a cleaning service or whether it's painting work or whether it's valet trash. That's a big deal. Some of these luxury apartment complexes, all you got to do is just stick your trash out the door at nighttime, and like the Tooth Fairy, you wake up the next morning, your trash can's empty. I don't know how it happens. Big Sid and Rob Does Work are probably out there picking up your fucking trash because they can't do shit else. Working for $10 an hour, below the national standard of what minimum wage is. But there's plenty of work out there. So all you got to do is just go out there. Hey, shout out to you from Australia. Thanks for coming through here. Jay Wood says, what happened to Rob? Rob just moved on. The Rob that was working with me. John Sharp, thanks for having my back. Punch that motherfucker in his shit, please. Scarface Taco, you've got to earn respect to get respect. You're absolutely right about that. You're absolutely right. Now, if that's directed at me, I've got to earn the respect to get the respect. I try to earn that respect. I don't have to really earn much respect as the boss. And I don't say that being egotistical or anything like that. Like, let's say, for example, Rob Does Work went to McDonald's to try to get a job. I think that's the type of work he's talking about, cleaning fucking urinals at a McDonald's. So let's just say Rob Does Work tried to go to McDonald's to get a job to clean fucking urinals. He's going to have to show respect to that 17-year-old punk-ass manager who literally controls the fate of whether or not Rob Does Work is able to be cleaning those urinals. If that makes any sense, Scarface Taco, you've been rocking with me for a long time, so I know you're picking up on this logic, on this philosophy. I should have a tenure at Harvard or something with the jewels that I try to drop here. But you do have to give respect to earn respect. It's the golden rule in life. Treat people as you want to be treated. As the boss, it's a little different. And it's not just for me. This is just in general, right? Now, of course, a boss has to be a good person. You have to absolutely take into consideration everything in relation to the people you have working for you. Like I had just previously mentioned with Milton and Marvin, I would bend over backwards for those guys. I truly would. Damon as well when Damon's on his A game. But if you come to me with some bullshit, and it could be, and I'm not talking about something like you tell me that you can paint, you show up and you can't paint. I'm even willing to overlook that if you've got a decent work ethic, you're reliable. I will definitely give you respect. So much respect, in fact, that I will teach you what I know. I truly would. So you do have to get respect to earn respect. You do have to give respect to earn respect. And I truly feels like that goes most importantly to the people that I try to put to work. You have to give me respect to get my respect. Rich Boy, the album's coming soon. Big Dog says, Big Sid clapped Joe's cheeks. That doesn't even make any sense. No, that never happened. That never would happen. Scarface Taco, yeah, treat everybody as you want to be treated. But see, that's even a conundrum in itself. Treat everybody the way that you want to be treated. What about you're walking down the street, some person just comes up to you and robs you. What you're going to treat that person like you want to be treated? You could die in that instance. So that's a very tricky philosophy, to say the least. Flowkey says, Joe, you stutter and sputter all the time on video. You make up words and don't edit them out. Well, you should respect the realness of that, right? Maybe I do have a little bit of Down syndrome or dyslexia or I don't know, something. I'm sure huffing paint for a living probably isn't helping me neither. I'm scratching like Big Sid, waiting on the dope man to show up these days. But you should respect the realness. I'm not here trying to put on a picture perfect performance. I truly am not. Matt Ryan, didn't they trade you? Shout out to you, man. That's what I'm talking about. Rob Doe say, go clean them urinals. Go clean them urinals. You better bet it. Mr. Jizz, keep up the good work, brother. You're doing a mad job. Yeah. It ain't, damn sure ain't easy. So let me share with you guys a little, can I switch gears? Shout out to the 510 people up in here. With this business, I'm learning. Trying to learn how to deal with people. Manage, I guess. It's hard to manage when you're doing the work right there beside folks. And you got to really, that's a really tricky thing too, right? Because sometimes people could be like, oh shit, look at this motherfucker. Look at this stupid motherfucker. Look at this clown. Look at this self-serving ice cream cone. Look at this motherfucker. He is out here doing the work. Like, he's doing more work than he's paying me to do. Some bitch. So maybe I am, messing up a little bit with that. But I'm learning a lot. And one thing that I'm learning is, while trying to acquire more work, because I want to keep the guys that I do have steady, and I want to find more people and hopefully find more good people and keep them steady as well. I'm learning that some of these jobs that you could get could be all smoke and mirrors. And I feel like one of them has been that. So right now we've been servicing 3 different properties. Property 1, 2, and 3. And I call these properties in terms of how we began working there. Property 1, we started first. Property 2 came after. Property 3 was the latest one, which was the biggest one. When I was first called about property 3, they were like, hey, we got 18 units. We need to get them done. And I'm like, oh shit, 18 units? Damn, okay, that's a lot of work right there. Damn right. So they give me 1 unit, and we're rocking with that. Then they give me another unit. They give me 1 unit on Thursday. We begin rocking on that. Then they give me another unit on Friday. We begin rocking on that. And then on Saturday, they give me a 3rd unit, and they're like, hey, we need this unit done by Monday, and it's just as big as as the other ones that you've been doing. And I'm like, holy shit. Okay, we're gonna get it done. So we bust ass and we get it all done. And then I go and I turn in, I go tell them, hey, we're done. We've worked some excruciating hours over this weekend to get this thing done. And they're like, okay, we'll put you on the schedule for next month. And I'm like, wait a minute. They just told me they had a whole bunch of units going this month. So what I feel like is you got to be careful. I'm sharing this because you could easily bend over backwards for shit that ain't even real. Because sometimes people will tell you anything in an effort to get you to do everything. I was even ready to offer lawn care services out here because the grass is this damn tall. I'm like, yo, where's your landscapers at? This property is in complete disarray, unfortunately, because it's a very beautiful place. They've got HVAC issues galore. They've got grass this tall, and they've got no landscape, and they've got just a lot of shit going on. And that's sad because it is such a nice place. But then I think to myself, I'm like, wait a minute, why the fuck is the grass that tall? Maybe nobody wants to cut their grass. Or maybe they're not willing to pay what it costs to get the grass cut. And then I'm thinking, wait a minute, we just did all this work. And then I'm like, wait a minute, there was another painter who was floating around kind of watching what we were doing. Did they just tell me all this shit in an effort to try to get me to bust my ass and, spend my whole weekend tied up doing this? They probably did. But I've got a new workaround with that. So I'm going to a new property tomorrow that tells me they've got 4 units they need to get done this month and that they don't want to be married to just one painter, which I can respect that. But my new thing is this. I'm going to give you a price that's high. For example, if they've got big units like this property that we just did, this third I'm going to tell them $1,000 a paint. And they're going to be like, holy shit, that is way too high. I'm like, yeah. So $1,000 will come paint these units. But wait, there's more. If you order today, and if you've got 10 units a month for me, well, then I'm willing to drop the price. So I'm going to make them kind of sign on to a little bit of a package deal in an effort to get a better deal. And that's going to kind of give me, a little bit more peace of mind knowing that I've got work to keep my guys busy. Because let me tell you one problem that I ran into amongst many with the cleaning business. And that was, I'm out here trying to find good people. This is when we had the cleaning business. And of course, I was having a tough time back then too. But one of the tougher reasons was for finding and holding on to people, it was having steady work. Have a bunch of work this week, no work the next week. You can't keep nobody like that. So anyways, that's what I'm going to do. Anyways, let me get back into these comments a little bit. No Name Pyro, shout out to you. Thank you for being up in here. Brandon, whatever you're talking about right there. Rob Dose Work says, thanks for all the shout outs, Joe the Clown. Stay on the clown's neck, y'all. Thanks for the shout out, Clown Ice Cream Boy. Okay, well, anyways, your luster has worn off, and thanks for being up in here. Thanks for that continuous watch time right there. Thanks for being here every day, too. It means a lot. Hernandez, what's going on? Shout out to you for being up in here. Rich Boy, shout out to you. Life Follows, what's going on? Midnight Rider, shout out to you. D. Gainey, got to sweep them off their feet with that Starbucks gift card, yo. Yeah, hey, man, that joint goes a long way. A little $15 gift card, you better bet it. Satan says, it to my face. Oh, that's pretty clever right there. The Rationalist Party. I own rentals and you can't find people to help, Joe. You are the only one out there working. That's what's up with the grass. You know what they told me when I asked them? I said, damn, why is y'all's grass so damn tall? They said, oh, our landscaper said that it was too hot last week, so they didn't come cut. Too hot? Who you got cutting your grass? Too hot. See, and then I started to realize when I went and I turned in the work, and they were like, okay, we'll put you on the schedule for next month, which basically means you're ghosting me to my face. Say it to my face. Look, I can take it. Whatever it is, just say it. I'm a clown, I know. I'm a self-serving ice cream cone. I'm going to hit you with like planes, trains, and automobiles. But I like me. Say it to my face. You called me out here to do these 3 big-ass units because your painter didn't want to do them. He couldn't do them. He's only him by himself. Him downstairs. And yet I show up with a posse. It might not be a Class A posse. It might be a posse of guys that don't know the difference between semi-gloss and flat paint. But damn it, I showed up, we got it done, and you lied straight to my face. This is what I feel like. So when they tell me that, the grass ain't getting cut because it's too hot for the landscaper, I'm like, oh yeah, okay. Okay, I see what we're doing here. I see what I must really look like I'm wearing that clown makeup, huh? I just would believe anything. Shout out to Australia. Kalena, if I pronounced that correctly. Probably didn't. Thomas, what's going on? Shout out to Ireland. How's the missus doing? Great. We just ate Mexican for dinner. It was super busy. It was Taco Tuesday. I was in, I'm be honest, I was in there trying to find some help. Hey, what do you do during the day? Hey, busboy, come here. Hey, Rob Dose work. Come here. Bring your ass over here. Michael, what's going on? Shout out to you. James learned how to spell Rob. He did. It was Dose. Backwoods. I've lived in Eastern Kentucky where all the flooding happened. Yeah, I saw that. That shit was crazy. There's a lot of lawns that got out of control due to the rain and flooding. Yeah. I mean, where we're cutting grass at, we cut it once a week, and that's not even enough. I offered the landscape services to the customer saying, hey, we could come cut it every 4 days. But I was really putting my foot in my mouth with that. Like, damn, I shouldn't even be offering that because I don't want to do that. And they were like, oh, hell no, we'll just stay with once a week. Al C, or is it Al? What's up, Joe? So proud of you. You've come a long way. I think that's another thing, and I appreciate that, Al. I think that's another thing that really makes people not like me. You know, when I started on YouTube, I was this guy fresh out of prison who was, I didn't know a damn thing, and I still don't know all too much. But I've learned some things. And I'm just always trying to do shit, and I'm always sharing it. And anyways, I've definitely changed over time, right? I was never going to stay that same guy. And I think that a lot of y'all fell in love with me. It's okay. You're not going to catch monkeypox this way. But I think that a lot of y'all fell in love with that guy. Coming home from prison, getting that Mountain Dew Slurpee, didn't know how to use an iPhone. And you got to know that, like, I was going to change. And I changed for the good. Now, had I changed for the bad, would you have liked me more? I really ask myself that question from time to time because it's like, when a person relapses, it's like, oh, look at him. Look at him. He's posting his Cash App on video. Oh, my God. Did you send that? Did you send that? Hey, don't. It's almost like you just root for the underdog way more. But when somebody actually makes it, and, they gain some sort of confidence about themselves, some would call it ego. Others would call it, big-headedness or fucking full of shit, full of himself, whatever. But had I gone a different route, and my story was just continuously uploading videos of me fucking up, getting it locked up, coming back, hey, I didn't mean to cut that catalytic converter off. Can you imagine that? Ask yourself, genuinely ask yourself, close your eyes and ask yourself, I think I would love Joe more if that's what he was doing. If he went that route. You know? Oh, God. Hey, Rob does work. He changed his name. Oh, that shit fucked you up. He changed his name. That's fucking hilarious. Big Boss Man, what's going on? Remember, Joe, even a bad day out here working is better than a good day behind the fence. Not commissary day. Shit me. Let me tell you something, Big Boss Man. Let me spit some real true enough facts for you. What you just said right there, I respect it. Remember, even a bad day out here is better than a good day behind the fence. That's a fucking lie right there. Man, I can remember days on commissary day when that was sent. And my show was coming on that night, and all I had to do was kick back with my feet up and crush a pack. Better yet, I had somebody else who was cooking for me because I was living pretty good. Man, some days I miss that shit. I mean, let's be honest, like the amount of responsibilities out here, hey man, it is, what's the word? It's enough to give you a lot of anxiety. Y'all pay attention to the fact that Rob Does Work literally changed the spelling of his name because I was giving him so much shit about Dose. You stupid motherfucker. Oh, God. Yeah, so Big Boss, man, I can't get jiggy with that statement right there. Yeah, like a bad day out here is better than a good day behind. Ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way. Not when I had that keefy and my show was coming on and I had that nice bullshot meal made up. Man, I ain't have to worry about shit. Yeah, Big Boss Man says, yeah, but you're not getting no steak in there. You're absolutely right. Having your wife rubbing your feet. You ain't lying about that. You could get your feet rubbed, though. That was actually a hustle. If I didn't make it with the flicks, I was going to get into massages. There was actually a guy who was doing that, and he was doing pretty well with it, so I was going to try to go for that. I was going to try to go to that. Fast Eddie, what's going on? Joe Dose stuff. Huh. Stephanie Dawson, what's going on? Shout out to you. Dagburn says, let's all remember Joe is the DEMFer and he loves eating them. Of all of them. And he loves eating them? What? Kathleen, what's going on? What you glad to see you this evening? Yeah, I'm getting ready to get up out of here. It's actually past my bedtime. I only wanted to jump on here for a little bit of time. Craig says, what's the best month you had on YouTube money-wise? If I told you, you wouldn't believe me. And, yeah, you really wouldn't believe me. If you think you're hating now, just imagine a really, really large number. A number bigger than some people make in a year. Most people make in a year. Good careers make in a year. I did that in a month, a lot. Yeah, I did that a lot. Hence the fact that I was able to, do so many things. So many things. Rob Does Work says, I was special ed. Oh, play on the heartstrings now. It really shows. Your special needs show. Anthony says the anxiety will calm down some after the little one arrives. It's new dad stress. It is. It is. Oh, no. I ain't never do no 6 digits. But it's also anxiety of like just everyday shit. There's mornings that I'll get out there on these painting jobs and I'll be like, holy shit, how are we going to get through this day? I'll share something with you that I probably shouldn't, but I'll share it here anyways. Can I trust all of you? I can trust you, right? Mike Lane. No name Pyro. I'm just, he's giving me something to bid off of. He's giving me something to bid off of. Al, shout out to you. Joe's grown up so much, works his ass off, married to a beautiful, wonderful woman, and now going to be a father. Keep moving forward. Joe, like I said, I'm proud of you. It means the world to have you, man. It truly does. Michael says, buy a respirator for your son. I absolutely need to get one, and I'll probably order one tonight. Matter of fact, I'll make you that promise. I'm going to order one before I go to bed. I should have that in a couple of days. What was I going to say? I said I was going to share. Oh, a couple of things real quick. I'll leave you with a couple of things. So first of all, this, like I said, some days I'll have this anxiety, like getting out on these jobs. Like, how the fuck we going to get all this done? What if we can't get it all done? What if it doesn't come out looking good? What if? Well, this morning, man, it was landscape day. I had completely forgot about the landscape until like this morning. And I was like, oh shit, I got to go cut this grass. And we got units to do. What the fuck? So, Damon was supposed to be here at 7:30. Well, he ain't show up. He's only been back working with me for like 3 days now. So he ain't show up. I'm calling him. He ain't answering. I'm like, oh my God, here we go. I'm filming. Hey, Damon's gone, man. God, man, hey, y'all were right. I should have listened. 9:30 rolls around. Damon calls me. He's like, yo, I just woke up. And I'm like, you know what? I can respect that. I can appreciate that. Thank you. And he got a ride. And he came on out to where we were. And I weren't even tripping. I actually filmed a whole different beginning of the video. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Joe Dose Stuff. Sponsored by Special Needs Rob. Rob, let me know where you're at. I'd like to send you a 24-pack of crayons. The big kind. So you can't choke on them, because I know you like to probably whatever. But anyways, yeah, so I thought today was going to start off really crazy, and thank God Damon was just, he didn't hear his alarm. So that was the good thing. So that was how the day started off. I can't wait to share with you how it ended. Now, I don't know how much of this I really want to tell you, and I know I always let the cat out of the bag. Hauling and junk removal, shout out to you. You know what? I'm seeing a lot of emojis right now. Rob, let me know where you're at. I'll make it a 36 count. I got a phone call this afternoon on the ride home from work. Mind you, we've been out there grinding all day. We did the landscape, such a thankless job. I wish I could tell you more about that, but you'll have to see tomorrow's video to see what I'm talking about in relation to that. And then we went out and painted units. And it was just Damon and I by the end of the day, because I sent Milton and Marvin home because they had worked their ass off the day before. And I told them, I'm going to get y'all out of here super early today. And matter of fact, I should have just said, look, y'all just take today off. But they were there. They wanted to work. I think I even offered that. And they said, we'll work till like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, something like that. And I was like, hey, man, okay. On the ride home, Damon and I get a phone call. A phone call that I could not have been any more ill-prepared for. A phone call that somebody caused. You know who you are, if you're in here, who caused that phone call. A phone call that could have had very serious implications. A phone call that could have seen me getting arrested. That's right. Can you imagine? 2022? This Joe? Not 2018 Joe. But this Joe getting arrested. Now, while this phone call comes through, I answer the phone, and of course it's hooked up to my truck, so it's on Bluetooth, and you can hear the. So Damon immediately starts filming this shit, right? And man, I've already seen the footage. Damon captured everything. He captured the whole phone call, and I'm going to share the whole phone call with you, unabbreviated. Rob Dose work. I know you don't abbreviate. No cut marks. You stupid motherfucker. You get what I'm saying? So unedited. Unabridged. I'm going to share the unabridged version with you tomorrow because that's what I do. If I stutter and sputter in video and I don't edit that out, well, tomorrow will be another perfect example of that. Oh, God. The police called me today. They did. And let me tell you, this entire phone call was recorded, and it did not go well for this cop, to be honest. But what it did do was, God bless it, give me a title for a video. Oh, you know, you can see these little views creeping back up here creeping up on this channel. Shit, we're almost doing After Prison Show views. When After Prison Show was dead and I was still trying to keep life pumped into that. Just a couple more. I knew it was over long before it was over. I'm trying to think of what I'm going to title this video tomorrow. I almost got arrested because of you. You almost got me arrested. And to think, if it was you, to do what you did, well, all that you did was just give me that good old money. It's what you did. You're just putting money in my pocket. I almost got arrested. I'm trying to think of how I'm going to title this thing. Rue guy says, Joe off the pre-workout. I haven't even been taking that shit, man. I haven't been taking that shit. I need to be. I missed the workout. Gosh, it's been a long time. Anyways, the police called me and, man, wait till you hear this crazy shit. As a matter of fact, fuck what they was talking about. But it's actually quite important. Wait till you hear my response. You already know. Don't come for me unless I send for you. Straight the fuck up. Don't come for me unless I send for you. Wash guy says APS is not over. I just found it. You got a lot of videos to go through with that. Hey, that joint got a lot of seasons. It surely does. Anyways, man, it's way past my bedtime. Jake, hey, man, this was the one right here. I'm getting ready to jump off here. The video on demand, I think is what they refer to it as. Rob, for you, that just means you can hit play. That'll be available after I get off of here. Go back and watch this a couple of times, Rob. Study my playbook. What does it take to actually make it in life? What does it take to get out of the basement? This is the blueprint right here. Al, man, you're super generous. Thank you very much. You didn't have to do all that, but I greatly appreciate it. Explicit Entertainment says, gave Jellicoe a ride to the gas station. Dude had a stolen catalytic converter in his pocket. If you're guessing what the police were calling me for, you'll never believe it until you hear it tomorrow. Somebody tried to get me arrested. Somebody tried to get me arrested. And I need to also emphasize this. Fuck it. I'll just let your minds wander until tomorrow. I hope I get time to edit that video first thing in the morning. I'll be up super early trying to get that put together. It's not a very long video, so I should be able to get it. Clarence, hotty toddy. Yes, sir. Where's Michael? Where's Mitchell says, where's Brian number one? Brian number one, I think is actually doing okay. So there it is. Brandon says APS doesn't die, it multiplies. That's the damn truth. Tell that to a lot of new blood out there, and no disrespect to the new blood, all the power to them. I don't even know who they are at this point, but to anybody trying to shit on my name. Shame on you. Truly, shame on you. You guys have a great one. Thanks for taking the time to rock with me on this. 585 people up in here, and it was a hell of a show. I'll look forward to doing this again with you guys in the near future. And yeah, have a great one. It's been real, and I'll talk with you guys